Local Director of Endurance Events. I'm here with my colleague.
I'm Rad Botan, and I'm the Assistant Director out of Sacramento.
And we're going to go through a little slide deck and then review the website. And we're going to answer every question. If we can't answer it now, we'll follow up via email. So here we are in our natural habitats on bikes and outside. We live the life we advocate. And I want to take a second to really appreciate Waymo and Somo Village, who, like our 1,000 plus fundraisers who earn these jerseys, they really put wind in everyone's sails. So shout out to everyone that's fundraising $1,000 or more, getting this year's ride jersey. And thanks, Maxfield Bala. I actually modeled here just to show you that, like, yes, colors are as bright as they were in the mock-ups. Maxfield Bala did all the mural artwork for many, many companies in the Bay Area. The front of the jersey is actually a mural at UCSF that receives about $6 million of our funding. And the back is in Sonoma. It's actually as you enter into Petaluma. So we've been biking MS since '84, and I hope as many people as can make it can fundraise $1,000 and represent our community with this jersey. You can see we have the California bear on the shoulder, and then our original National Multiple Sclerosis logo on the other shoulder. Well, not the original, but the throwback one. So shout out. So we're going to go over what our society does in NorCal, talk a little bit about Waves to Wine, review the ride, go through the websites, and then answer some questions. So first and foremost, our vision is a world free of multiple sclerosis. We will cure MS while empowering people affected by MS to live their best lives. In NorCal, we have support groups and navigator support with people living with MS, and we'll actually have some of our navigators riding with you on the ride. They're also fundraising. We also have $14 million in active research grants between Stanford, UCSF, UCLA, and a few other places. So California is really doing a lot of the MS research. And we also have a lot of advocacy work going on. Our local healthcare advocate, Michelle Johnston, will be there at the ride, checking you in at registration and giving you support. We ourselves, we're a community that's been strong since 1984, and we are standing on the shoulders of those giants that started this ride. I want to just give a quick shout out to all the promo community pack contributors who gave 3 to 20 hours locally. These are people who are in each of these regions you can see, from the North Bay to the Capital Corridor to Alpine to East Bay, San Francisco Peninsula, and the South Bay and Monterey Bay. These folks have gone out and put out posters. They've gone to training rides and promoted the ride. And they've really just elevated us locally within each of these communities, because as each smaller community, it's within an hour driving distance from one side to the other, we come together as this strong NorCal community. And you can see here, from a Giants game to going to the Seattle Classic to Rad is there with at the Marin Century.
Marin Century, yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. And so just shout out to all these people who have been doing this work year round to grow the ride. And if you want to join the PAC team, please reach out to Rad or myself. All right, so just review of what this whole ride is about. We started in '84 to increase awareness, fund advocacy, support, and research. We do have the longest participating rider who in the whole ride series. We have 50 rides across the country. And this rider started in 1986 and actually has fundraised for some treatments that he received. We fundraised over $41 million. We're having a big comeback here last year, and we're really excited to build upon that. We are guided and encouraged by our over 60 IRFMS participants, and our registration goal is 750 people this year. So 147 to go. I think we can make it. So first, we're going to show you the 75-mile route so you have a little visual of what you're going to be doing. And there we have it. And so that's a 75-mile route, but I promise that the other routes are mile for mile just as pretty. So on to the ride weekend. We have a great menu on the route this year. We have Goo, Energy, or Jam Bar, Hummingbird Fuels, Bob's Pickle Pops, and Element are going to be on the route, along with a bunch of fruit and the normal fare. But shout out to these in-kind sponsors. And then on the route, you're going to be getting a lot of support. So every 10 to 12 miles, we have snacks and water, bike mechanics from Mike's Bikes. And I'm sorry, what's the other mechanic group that's coming?
Tasty Cycle. He's a local mobile mechanic in the East Bay who's going to be coming out all the way to North Bay for us.
Awesome,
and donating all
nice.
of his time, which is amazing.
That's awesome. So Tasty Cycles, thanks, Rad. We have SAG vehicles that they will take you from wherever you are to the end, as well as from a rest stop to the next rest stop. Ride marshals will be on route, but we also ask that everyone kind of look out for each other. And then the route maps I'm going to show you are available on the website with the Ride with GPS app. So here are the routes on Saturday. These are the classic routes. These are long routes. They start at Levi's Plaza. The 102-mile route is about 7,000 feet of climbing. And the 75-mile has about 5,000 feet of climbing. They run parallel to each other until this taco at the lunch stop, where you'll get to meet Alfredo, who's right there in the middle. That's from our kickoff event. And there'll be a lunch for everybody. I'm excited too. And Alfredo will have a vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free tacos for all dietary needs. Also, right after lunch stop is 40-mile cutoff. And if you're doing the 102-mile, you have to be there by 11 to make the cutoff time. That's about a 10-mile-an-hour average pace. If you go a little further up the route, up to Dillon Beach, that's where the next cutoff is for the 102-mile. You have to be there by 2 p.m. at mile 80. So mile 80 by 2 p.m. if you're doing the 102. A lot of people end up doing like a hybrid who are trying to go for the 102 but don't make the whole thing. That's totally acceptable. And then the 75 is probably the most ridden route in all of Waves to Wine. And I'll just pause a second if you have a question for us.
And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And while Chris is going over this, I'm happy to answer any of those questions that come up later.
All right. So on to Somo Village. So these are new routes this year. Rad and I actually camped out when we rode these routes. That was a lot of fun. And the PLI who does the logistics for this event flew out, and we did a big review with them. This 53-mile route and the 23-mile route, these are both clockwise. The 53-mile goes up to Annandale State Park, actually through Annandale State Park, and then winds through a bunch of very beautiful roads through Glen Ellen and around back through Petaluma on Old Adobe Road. And the 23-mile route starts with the 53, but turns off a little earlier and is gorgeous in itself. The 53 pretty much goes around Mount Sonoma, and the 23-mile goes kind of like up and over the shoulder of it. And so you can see these two routes, and they're gorgeous. I think, I highly recommend these. There's a lot of oak trees, a lot of mistletoe. Don't stop and kiss on the road. Just pull off to a rest stop if you need to do that. It's just really pretty routes. Highly recommend both these routes as well as the classic routes. Any questions on the 53 or the 23? Andrew Kuhn has a great question. When do we tell you which routes we're doing? We have collected data on your registration. You do not need to commit to a route until the morning of, and you can switch routes mid-ride if you want to, change. So yeah, lots of flexibility, and we have kind of ordered all the food based on just like estimates and historical numbers. So that's a great question. Thank you, Andrew. Any other questions? Okay. And I'll share that the e-bike rentals are, if someone doesn't ride a bike very much, you could do the 23 on an e-bike comfortably. We had 25 e-bikes rented last year. Um, all but one made it back with battery left to go. And then the 53 you can ride an e-bike on if you're a pretty active person. But you definitely want to be, in some level of fitness to do the 53 if you're going to take an e-bike on that. So just a heads up.
And if you decide to take the e-bike on the longer route and you bite off more than you can chew and you run out of battery, whatever it is, we have SAG. We can pick you up. You're not going to be stranded.
Deepak, that's a great question. There are not cutoffs for the 53. So we're just saying, probably an 8 to 10 mile an hour pace will get you there. And 53 has about 2,000 feet of climbing, so it's not as strenuous as the 75 or the 102. So it's much more easy to just roll through. All right. So I hope everyone's gotten hungry thinking about those routes, or maybe getting tired. Right now we're up at Soma Village on Wednesday, meeting with their head chef Gerard, and they have an awesome menu for us this year. I'm not going to read it all, but you can just take a look. You can see we've taken care of every dietary need. Everything will be labeled. And we've really gone for like kind of a fusion California cuisine, lots of really fresh food, and a very just vibrant lunch to dinner for everybody. So there you have it. And then ends with a very standard ice cream bar after all the fancy food. So hope everyone enjoys that Saturday lunch menu. Here's our Sunday routes. The 46-mile route is very similar to the 53. It's about 2/3 the same, and that just goes now counterclockwise, but cuts kind of up and over Mount Sonoma, like the 23-mile route did on the day before. So it'll still be novel, and also going a different direction will give you a totally different experience. Has a different altitude and elevation gain profile as well. And then 23 is the classic from years past that no one has. Many of the people that have done the 75 and 102-mile route have never had a chance to do. So now we moved it to Sunday, so you have a chance to do that. Another great question from Deepak. Yes, we're going to have rest stops for all the routes. They're going to be about every like 12 to 15 miles through the whole thing. On
And
Sunday,
the lunch will be served at Somo Village.
yeah. And speaking of that, here's the breakfast menu for Sunday. If you're doing day 2, we will have bacon at rest stop 1, regular and vegan bacon. And all dietary needs will be met at breakfast. And if you're reading this and you're saying my dietary need is not being met, please let Rad or myself know. Manuel has a really good question. For the longer routes, can you turn around, say mile 40, rest stop, and come back to SF on your own if you want? Yes, absolutely. If I think it would be called kidnapping if we said no. You can leave the route anytime you like and return back to San Francisco. There are no penalties. We would just ask that you let someone know, ideally Rad or myself or someone at a rest stop, just so we kind of keep track. Kind of like keep good handle on where everyone is just for safety. Great question. All right, and then Sunday lunch, another fun menu that ends with some chocolate torte and apple pie for dessert. This one we went a little more wild with tri-tip and chicken, but we also have a 3-bean salad, potato salad, and grilled portobellos with a balsamic drizzle. So we're pretty excited about this. I'm getting so hungry reading this. So glad we're at lunch hour for this presentation. I feel bad for the next one. Any questions on these menus? Okay. Parking, Levi's Plaza. For the long routes, it's in San Francisco. You see the bike drop there, and then you see you're going to drop off your bike, and then park in Sandstone. We're going to have signs: do not drive into the parking garage with your bike on the roof. They have the start line there. Parking at Somo Village is even easier. There's going to be a ton of signs, and you just kind of roll up. We validate you, so we'll give you a validation form or card at some point during the weekend. I think we do that. Well, I'll get back to you. I don't have an exact answer on that. Somo Village has no parking fee, so that should be pretty easy. And Rad or I will make sure that there's coffee available for you right when you get there in the morning. So you'll be taken care of with coffee and snacks when you arrive. All right, packet pickup. So just quick review of all the packets which you have. So this right here is a top 150 bib. Shout out to Jeremy Wilmerdink. He fundraised almost $20,000 last year. If you see this bib, it means someone has raised above $1,500, meaning they're in the top 150 fundraisers on the ride. This year, the ride's goal is that number 150th fundraiser fundraises $1,700. So if you want to get a blue tag, fundraise somewhere around 1,500 to 1,700, and you get free registration next year and some other perks, including blue tag with your name on it. Very cool. All the people who are fundraising over $1,000, you get a Club K bib right here. It's gold. Shout out to all these folks, and you'll also be getting the jersey. If this is your first year riding, you let us know in your registration. You get a rookie rider, first year rider. It's green, and then everybody else gets a white bib. If you ride 102 miles, we'll give you a 102 mile sticker here with our Waves to Wine kind of old school print, and then here's the classic sticker. If you need stickers, come see Rad or myself. Oh, all right. What to bring? Everything that you would want to have to ride your bike, and I recommend you also bring a little bit of personal food that you would want to have as backups, just an extra bar or two, or just as a backup for yourself, and hopefully you will not need it at all during the ride. But always recommend bringing a little extra food. We're going to have water at every rest stop and food at every rest stop, and sunscreen and Advil at every rest stop. But we recommend just bring all your little incidentals as well. So any questions on what to bring? Okay. And the only thing not to bring is do not bring a child on your bike. That's it. That's the only thing not to bring. So pretty easy. All right. Next up, rules of the road. The roads are all open. To vehicles, we do have literally dozens of police and traffic safety people out there and dozens of signs, but the roads are open. And so please just be aware. Having so many of us together on the road will improve safety greatly, but we all work as a team to improve safety, just keep awareness. And at no point would you ever want to have more than two cyclists next to each other. That means totally cool to pass people, but definitely never have more than two bikes next to each other. These are some very tight roads. Call out, on your left, slowing, stopping, car back, gravel, pothole, sand, tracks, etc. Just be very vocal and communicative with your fellow riders, and it will go well. Adriana has a great question. Do people generally need arm warmers, jackets, wind vests for the cinema routes? I would say it depends. I would say people always need arm warmers, jackets, and wind vests for the San Francisco routes, for the Sonoma routes. I'd say um, I would always bring them with you. Um, to the ride start. You may not need it depending on the weather that day, but always good to have with you. Um, and I would buy it in advance because we will not have anything to buy on site. Great question. Okay. We're going to jump over to the website and just go through the schedule and just acquaint you to the website and just everything that's on there. Any questions while I pull that up? Did I miss any vital information, Rad?
No, I think you nailed it. I'm trying to think of anything, but yeah. Is everyone here in the call registered? Has anyone not registered yet? Has any questions about registration?
All right, I'll run through the website. So here's the ride home. Shout out to our top funders, Jeremy Wilmerding. You're in the lead. Congrats. Followed by Drew, um, followed by Marty Ratio, followed by Kristen Lamoureux, Kate Axe, Tavis Moses, Philip Mazie, Jeffrey Tice, Arthur Fong, and Greg Kleiman. Teams we have here are Menstrual Cycles, Jane Gang, Courtney's Crew, Wilmerdine Road Warriors, Big L West, Barreling Up the Coast, Chemelex, Clorox Friends and Family, Dignity Health, and Small But Mighty. Um, it's going to be really exciting these next few weeks because these standings will change a lot, especially with some legendary new teams such as Gilead on board. Shout out to Adriana for launching your team this year. So here's the main page. I just want to show you quickly how to find your team page. You just go search, and you can put in anyone's name, but you can also just put in your team name. So, like I was giving a shout out to Team Gilead. If you do a search for Team Gilead here, you can click on that, and you see this link up here that ends with a 5-digit number. That is the team. That's the team URL. So if you ever want to invite someone to your team, send them that URL. And that allows people to join the team or donate to your team as a whole. And so there's Gilead. So that's how you do the team. And you can do the same thing for yourself. So if I was going to look at myself, I can find myself. Here I am. Team Thunder. This is my personal fundraising link right here at the top of the page. So people can donate there. And then obviously if they click on that, people can join my team and join the team. All right, so ride details. Now that you know potentially which route you want to do, you can plan around which packet pickup location you want to do. So the first packet pickup is going to be Levi's Plaza on Wednesday the 24th, 4 to 7. Then we have one on Friday the 26th from 2 to 7. And also on Friday, RAD has started this year. We're on a packet pickup in Somo Village at Roner Park. Then the next packet pickups are right before the ride starts, 5:30 to 6:45 on Saturday in Levi's, and then similarly on Saturday before the ride starts in Roner Park. If you are picking packups for other people, they just need to have met their fundraising minimum before you pick up their packet of $350. And if someone did not complete a waiver, they can click the link here to fill out the waiver online. So next up, the event details. Um, the first thing happening on Saturday morning is people leaving Somo Village. This is like a favorite of my team last year. People camped out Friday night at Somo, and then they got on the 5:15 shuttle to do the long routes. Um, the second thing that happens is registration and everything at Levi's Plaza. You can see that shuttle left Somo Village shows up at 6:15. Everyone starts staging at 6:45. Everyone starts at the start line at 6:55. We're led out by our Waymo lead car and SFPD, and then everyone must be en route by 7:20 a.m. And so that's like really the morning at Levi's Plaza. Somo Village, you start a little bit later. Registration, coffee and breakfast starts at 7:30, and then start lines open at 9, and then you're off to go. At 9, and everyone has to be en route by I think around 10. It's a little more flexible, but please try to leave at 9 from Somo Village. Starting at 11 is when everyone starts. The fast people start coming back from the shorter routes. And the showers open, and then sponsor road, the massage room, and food and beer and wine start at noon, and then food service starts at 1. I think that's we'll double check that. I think food service actually starts at noon, so I'll fix that. Again, we have the cutoffs. VIP is the VIP area is open 12 to 7. VIP food is 3 to 7. Team photos are 2 to 5:30, and then we have 2 time slots for IRFMS photos, 3:30 and 5:30. This is just because some people have to leave early, and then some people don't finish their route until 5:30 p.m. At that point, there's shuttle service to hotels. The hotels on our website from 4 to 7. It's just ongoing every half hour. Humans only, bikes stay in the bike corral. And then we have the jersey contests, and really the party starts to wind down by 5:30. 7 to 9 for everyone that's camping out or find their own way back to where they're staying. We have a campfire at Somo Village. And then quiet hours start at 9 for campers. And then Sunday, we get started at 6. 6 to 7 is hotel shuttle to Somo. We have breakfast, and we get going with bike corral. And then we start the ride at 7:45, and then everyone must be on route by 8:30. Heading back, we have the shuttles at 12 p.m., 1:30 p.m., and 3 p.m. And then we wrap up. Any questions on the schedule? Okay. Let me share with you where to get shuttle tickets. Right here under bike rentals, lodging, transportation, purchase shuttle tickets there for the shuttles either from Somo down at 5:15 a.m. or 5:30 p.m. Saturday, or one of the 3 Sunday shuttles. Bike rentals can be rented from our partner, Vacation Bike Rentals. They will be on site in Somo. And then unlimited biking, they're going to be available at San Francisco and Somo. But at San Francisco, Deputy picked up 1.3 miles from Levi's Plaza. So please keep that in mind. Here's all the lodging information of the hotels. And I think there's space in all the room blocks, so they're all still available. And with that,
yesterday I got an update yesterday from the Best Western that is going through mail or whatever, and there's a little blurb underneath on the website saying that they may lose their reservations if they sell. I found out yesterday that is no longer the case, so we have requested that to be moved from the website, but it hasn't yet.
Perfect. Thanks, Brad.
So don't worry about losing your reservation.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for walking through this. We'll stop sharing, and then Rad and I will just hang out and answer any questions you may have about the ride, about the Multiple Sclerosis Society. Um, we'll try to address it all. Oh, and thank you, Brian. Yeah, let everyone know that our next meeting that's live will be September 16th. That's going to be an evening logistics call.
Easy.
Yeah, thank you so much for your fundraising. We know it takes a lot of follow-up. And I'll share a good sound blurb this year is talking about how we went from $6 to $14 million in California-based research grants has been really intriguing to folks, as well as we have $127 million in global research grants that we have kept open this entire time. So while many institutions are pulling back, the National Multiple Sclerosis Society is continuing to fund all the research we committed to earlier this year. We're continuing trying to expand upon that research. And like I said, you'll get to meet our advocacy director at the ride itself, as well as some of our navigators. So a lot of great people in NorCal working for the MS Society, and a lot of really good work happening here locally. So if you have any questions about that, please ask Rad or myself.
Thanks you all for your time today. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for hosting this and the information.
Cool. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. Excited to ride with you all.
Looking forward to it. All right. Well, I'll
Cool.
see you later.
I'll see you later, Rad. Yeah.